I really found it admirable what the company LocoRobo was doing, because in my interview with Pramod, I was learning that they're trying to tackle educating kids at as young of an age as 8 up to 14. Not only that, but they're also handling the niche of coding, because a lot of kids will get into the robots and the assembly of things, building things together like Lego blocks, and then they never learn the brain side of things and how the coding works for these robots. And I think that if I was a kid, this is something I would be on board about, because if I had these kind of educational resources, this is really simple, because what they do is they'll put all of the sensors already into the LocoRobo and then provide you with courses like an academy on their website. Neil deGrasse Tyson talks about how kids are naturally born explorers and scientists. We're turning over rocks and we're picking petals off of flowers and trying to see what our environment's like and see how the universe around us works. But then we cut them off from that creative wonder. And I think that really the solution is just putting the tools in front of kids that are necessary to nurture that kind of creativity. So I really like what LocoRobo is doing. If you want to get more information about LocoRobo, just visit their website. It's LocoRobo.co. I'm standing here with Pramod from LocoRobo, and he's interested in keeping the young of today up with the up-and-coming technologies. So if you could explain more so what your goal is for the project that you have here.
Sure. So LocoRobo is an educational robotics company that introduces kids to the exciting world of programming through the lens of robotics. And the goal here is to get children when they're young and get them into the idea of coding by taking them first through a graphical programming language, but then piping them into the world of C, Python, JavaScript, and MATLAB.
And what sort of age group is this for?
This is primarily meant for kids between 8 and 14 years old. However, there's no limit to learning, so whenever you want to learn, you can pick up one of these robots and start learning.
Now, what kind of devices are built into the LocoRobo?
It's a feature-packed robot. It has 7 different types of sensors, ultrasonic sensors, accelerometer, gyroscope, temperature sensors, and a lot more. It connects to your iOS, Android, and web devices using Bluetooth, low-energy Bluetooth. And it can network with other robots as well. So now you can have a swarm of these little robots moving around.
Okay, and what, so through the process of coding, what kind of mechanics are they going to learn through the robot using those?
So primarily, robotics is divided into 3 pillars: mobility, sensing, and artificial intelligence or control. And what we want kids to understand is the physics behind sensors at the very least. And so we pipe them into these ideas of, what is a sensor? And a sensor is a piece of electronics that converts a mechanical signal into an electrical signal. And so there's always going to be noise. So how do you get rid of that noise? Or how do you account for noise? And just physical nuances of sensing. But take all these multi-sensor systems now, and now you write something that moves. They write code that moves, and it's a pretty sophisticated idea. And we have kind of broken it down into small, bite-sized chunks of information and learning. Mm-hmm. And ultimately, the idea is to intelligently navigate LocoRobo in an autonomous fashion.
I was at the competition yesterday, and it was getting short on time. You were explaining the story of you had a picture that you brought up. I wanted to give you an opportunity to maybe finish about that.
Yeah, it's a fantastic story. I wish we had more time. It was a story of this mom who found us online. Just like everybody else, they're just finding us online. And she came to our office with her 6-year-old son, and the look on the son's face was so gratifying. Immediately, the moment he saw it, he knew that he had found something that he really liked. He was shy about it initially, but he was genuinely excited. And when he got his hands on an iPod or one of those touchscreen devices, and he started controlling it, mm-hmm. his jaw just dropped, and he was super excited. And 8 minutes later, we got a sale.
That's good. That's good.
It was a very compelling user case that we experienced, but it was a very human sort of experience. It was an experience where you genuinely see a child interested in this notion of taking a machine and making it his or her own.
Now, growing up through the education of this, once a child becomes interested in the fields related to this, what direction of education would you recommend that they would follow if they were to continue that?
Programming, I say programming, is do programming for the sake of programming, because it is a rigorous exercise in just logic and just making sure that things work as they're expected. Now, apply creativity for the sake of a larger cause, so you build to make yourself better, you build to make the world better, and there's no limit to that. So once you know how to program something, there's no limit, and you can go in any direction that you want.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. This is Jonathan from Value Time TV, and signing off.
Thank you.